Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you on Zoom. Go ahead, I'll let you fire away.
And the floor is open. If anyone wants to start with the opening question, go ahead.
Chris, I know yesterday you were clearly frustrated. You were clearly upset about the loss. And I know you said you don't like losing, obviously. Were you able to find any silver linings in the tape, going back and looking at it? And what do you think the biggest lesson you probably got out of this game was?
I would still stick by my statement with regards to yes. I don't like to lose. Once you dig into the tape will talk to you. You just have to listen to it. There were some things that the guys did well, and I think probably an area that we want to improve upon is just the and we talked about is just the self-inflicted stuff. I think that's the hardest part for me. Just in my own area. I will always tip my hat to the opponent, no question. But when we make mental errors, that hurts our team. Those are tough to swallow. Now, with that being said, what are you going to do? I mean, you got to go back to work. You got to keep coaching it, points of emphasis, and work to get better. You're never going to get those plays back. And I understand that, but we got to improve on things like that.
Thanks.
All right, let's go to Alex Zietlow, followed by David Newton.
Hi, Chris. There were 5, 6, 7 shots that y'all took over 20 yards in the passing game. A couple of them came on 3rd and 4th down. Were those in-game, spur-of-the-moment decisions, or was throwing deep a priority going in?
No, I think you're always looking to take shots when you can. They obviously played really just played man-to-man the whole game, so you're gonna be able to take some shots there. We didn't connect when we wanted to, and that's another area that we got to improve upon. But it's just one of those things that unfortunately we didn't convert enough on some of those 3rd and 4th downs, and I think there's a lot of things that go into that. Guys just making a catch here or there. And sometimes, you can look at some other things also, but we got to improve in those areas.
And just to follow up on that, when you are running the ball so well, is it kind of going through your mind of, hey, I have to do my part to develop Bryce and to get him comfortable throwing the ball deep? Is that part of the calculus when you're making those calls in the game?
I think in game stuff, you're always. I don't think you think like that about in game. I think you're thinking about, hey, what's it going to take to win the game? What do we need to do in this particular situation? What are they given? And we think maybe we have a matchup here or there that maybe we can take advantage of. And I think that's how you're thinking about in-game calls, I would say.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach David Newton here. Want you to speak to your decision to give the team today off. Is that just to give them a chance to catch their breath on what's been a long season? And did you give the coaches the same time off, or is that just for players only?
It's for players only. It was something that I had decided upon, and you just have to, I think, read your team, read the room, and sometimes getting away and just kind of clearing your mind is a good solution to kind of having the same routine all the time, if that makes sense. I look forward to seeing the guys again on Wednesday. I mean, the thing about it is you say that you're off, but you do see them in the building. I mean, a lot of guys, they come in and get their lift, they're doing their routine, they're getting treatment. So you see quite a bit of them. I mean, I've had a few guys already up in my office watching tape. So I think when sometimes people hear the word day off, they think, hey, we don't see anybody. You actually see everybody. I guess it would be another way of saying we don't have any formal meetings. That might be a great way to put it.
Right. And like among those that have shown up today, can you address a few of those? Like, is Bryce one of those that showed up today, and some of the guys, your other leaders, Burns, those type guys?
I don't want to comment on who's all been in because I don't see everybody. I'm in my office. So I see some guys that come see me, or I have to go down and make my rounds through the training room to find out what's going on. But I know for a fact a lot of guys are in, and that's a typical Monday in the National Football League.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, let's go to Joe Person, followed by Jeff Hawkins.
Hey, Chris, on the block punt or the fumble, whatever they end up calling it, looked like you had two guys in the blocking the A gap and leaving the B gap open. Just could you take us through how that happened?
Yeah, pretty simple. We had a man not perform his responsibility on the play, and that's what took place. I think, unfortunately, plays like that in special teams are usually a result of someone just making a busted assignment. It's I hate to use. I mean, it's unfortunate, but more importantly, it can't happen. And I think that's the thing that we got to work to get cleaned up, because now once you do that and you put it on tape, I always say that there's blood in the water for a good, well, till the end of the season. I always say 4 weeks. So we have what I call the 4-week stink on us.
And Johnny took a shot on that play. How's he feeling day after?
He's doing fine. Everything checked out good, so we'll be in good shape there.
Greetings, Coach. Among the issues with the passing game, is the play calling trending too much in breaking routes? It appears the cornerbacks are sitting on the inside on the passing plays.
I don't know if I'd get that specific with it. That's a good question. But, as we talked about earlier a little bit there with Alex, we took a lot of deep shots also, not just always in breaking routes. I know that we had some nice conversions. We had a conversion there to Adam on the outside on an out breaking route. I know we tried and just missed Mingo down the middle there. So I would say that in the passing game, they're still utilizing all field zones.
All right, we got time for a few more. Let's go to Skylar Callahan and finish up with Joe Person.
Hey, Chris, you've mentioned a couple of times how continuing to play Bryce can benefit him in a lot of ways. And I know a lot of people are kind of questioning the decision behind that and whether or not Andy should maybe start to maybe protect Bryce. But what do you think about that whole decision and what he can really benefit from?
Well, I think one way to become a better football player is playing football. That's a pretty simple statement, and gaining experience in the only way you're going to gain experience in the National Football League is by playing. And I have a tremendous amount of confidence in Bryce, and I know that there's games that and plays that he's going to want back, but no, that hasn't come into play. It has not.
Chris, you mentioned that throw to Mingo. Is that one he's got to have? And on that series, Jonathan Vilma, doing the color, said that he thought Bryce looked uncomfortable in the pocket, was kind of bouncing on his feet rather than getting his feet set under.
He had to slide over just a little bit and delivered the throw. We didn't connect on it. And I think that if we obviously connect on the play, then maybe the commentary is he did a nice job sliding in the pocket and delivering the football.